Hi, welcome to my channel. So my channel's name is PP Bears, and this is actually my second video all in English. I had the first one that is clean with me video that I made voiceover. So in this video I'm going to talk about how I learned Finnish and some tips for those who are going to prepare the YKI test. The reason I made this video in English is because I received one comment from my Chinese video that how I learned my Finnish, and one actually viewer said if I could make the subtitle in English for that video. It's just I talked so much in that video. It's around 30 minutes, so it might be more easier if I just make a video in English. So I hope you like it. So okay, let's start. How I learned Finnish. So it's actually two different topics. For those who want to learn Finnish and use it in Finland, or if it's just for fun, I don't think it's really necessary to participate in the YKI test. As I think language is just a tool, so either you're learning for fun or you are learning it as a tool in the future. It's just enough you understand, you can read and you can talk, so there's not necessary to pass the YKI test. But for those who want to pass the YKI test, I would suggest you to really prepare several things. So first off, so I will divide this video in basically 4 parts. Listening, so how I practice my listening skills. Speak, so the oral practices that I used in my Finnish language learning. And read, and then the write. So those are actually 4 parts in the YKI test as well. But I think it's also important if you want to learn Finnish in general. So okay, my English probably is not that well, so please bear with me. And first of all, about the what is the YKI test? In Finnish, it's Yleiset kielitutkinnot. It's like Finnish language certificate that is approved by some kind of nation organization. I believe it's koulu or something like that. Some people use that test as a certificate when you are applying for a job, or you want to attend go to school or things like that. And it's also important if a foreigner wants to apply for the Finnish citizenship. YKI test intermediate level is one of the compulsory requirements for getting the Finnish citizenship. But still, I think it's not necessary if you just want to learn Finnish language and learn it for fun. Okay, and then what materials or books I have used so far. I have first of all used the Suomen mestari. Okay, let me get that book for you. Before we dive into that Suomen mestari book, I would like to mention that how long have I studied Finnish. So basically, I only started learning Finnish when I come to Finland. I have been living in Finland for 8 years. That's for sure, it's quite a long time, but I just started learning some grammars and taking some Finnish courses in the University of Helsinki. I have taken probably Finnish course 1 to 4 or 1 to 5, and then I basically learned by myself. And by that time, actually I don't speak any Finnish. I can read probably, and then I know all the grammars, but it's so difficult just to open my voice and just try to talk, because I I'm not so confident in speaking Finnish at that time, and I don't have so many vocabularies. When I try to talk, I will always can't remember the right words that I need to speak. So I have then it took me around 8 months intensively that I learned Finnish by myself, and at that time I start to talk in Finnish. After 8 months, I'm able to speak Finnish fluently, but just like a daily life, not like in work. I mean, at work I speak English and Finnish, but my Finnish is not good enough to be used as like in the meetings or negotiations, so I still get some room to improve, and I'm trying really hard to also improve my Finnish. So okay, let's talk about the Suomen. So Suomen mestari. So this is the book called Suomen mestari. I believe it has 3 books. So this is the Suomen mestari 1. It also has Suomen mestari 2 and 3. And then in this book, what I really like is it has a lot of pictures, and then a lot of interesting pictures that makes Finnish learning more interesting. Basically, in each chapter there is one article article that you can learn, and basically what I do is normally I first read it and highlight all the vocabularies that I don't know, and then I don't actually look into the dictionary the first time. I just read it, and then I will look into the dictionary and then read it again. And then I will basically already start doing the exercises behind this chapter. So in each chapter there is one article, different exercises, and then 1 or 2 grammars that you can learn. And I think the grammar here is quite clear, so I also learned the grammar. And then the second book that I recommend is called Suomen sujuvasti. It's a larger book, I think double the size, and it's with red cover. In that book in particular, the exercising part is very good, and it has much more exercise than this book. And basically by doing the exercise, you remember all the vocabularies, and then you know how to use that grammar, and you don't need to memorize those vocabularies and grammar. Personally, I really don't like to memorize those vocabularies just out of nothing, just by reading those vocabularies. I prefer to just read all the articles or doing exercises. Okay, and then the third book is called Hyvin menee. I haven't tried that one, but it looks quite interesting, so I cannot comment on that book. Okay, so about listening skills. So for me, actually, I don't have a Finnish boyfriend or husband. Actually, the best way or fastest way to learn a new language is to having a partner who's the native speaker of that language. So I heard the same thing when I'm learning Spanish, and then when I learn Finnish, our teachers tell us just get a Finnish or boyfriend or girlfriend, then you will learn Finnish for sure. It's for love, and it's also, you know. And then so I basically the opportunities I get for listening is when I go to the supermarkets or when I go somewhere, I try to listen. And then also I listen some audios and news, like Yleiset is a very good one. You can get those either in TV or in computer. There is a website called Yleiset, so you can watch all the TV news from the Yleiset section. And then I also listen some podcast. There is, I think my husband is using this Finnish lesson 101, but I don't think it's a very good one. I prefer to listen to those news because that's more down to earth, that's more close to the real life. And then about Yleiset, if you really want to listen something that's slower than the normal speed, then there is Yleiset. Yeah, that is like a slower version of the normal news. But I actually don't recommend that Yleiset. Because like learning other languages, it's just better you just start with the normal speed, although you don't understand in the beginning. Actually, I only understand maybe 1 to 2 vocabularies at the first time when I start listening the Yleiset, but I just try to listen, and then after a while I can understand maybe 10% and 30%, and later maybe 80% or 90%. It's all about persistence, so just never give up. So, and then I also watch different YouTubes. Nowadays there are so many good Finnish YouTubers in their channel. You can like watch the vlog videos and very interesting videos. So basically definitely check those YouTube videos out, but they are using quite a lot spoken language, and which is, I think, very good. About the talking part, so how I practice my oral Finnish, I have to say I didn't speak a word in the beginning, so I really have to accumulate a lot of in college to really start to talk. And the first, I think, the activities I attend is those language cafes. So there is quite a lot cafe that have Finnish language activities. For instance, there is one cafe in close to Hakaniemi. I believe it's Neljä the street name, and it's called, what was it called, Cafe Moscow or something like that. In every Tuesday night they have this language corner. They have different tables, like tables of Spanish, tables of Chinese, and tables of Finnish, and basically you can sit down and talk with the native Finnish speakers. So in the beginning I only know how to say hello, bye, thank you, how are you, and gradually I can try to speak more, but I didn't went there maybe after 5 or 6 times, because I feel there are so many people and sometimes there are not so many native speakers. Of course, it's also good to practice with foreigners, but I definitely think to practice with native speakers it's more efficient, and it's more accurate to help you really improve your Finnish. And the second place that I really recommend is the language cafe in different libraries, which is organized by the, I think, City of Helsinki Library. So you know the helmet. I know the main one is in Pasila Library in Helsinki, and that is a very good one. They have once a week these language cafe activities. I think 2 of the library staff are organizing that event. So basically you can just go there, and each time they will have one topic. For instance, could be autumn in Finland, things like that. And you can sit in a circle, and then you can first introduce yourself and then try to talk in Finnish, or if there are too many people, they will separate in different groups. I think it's very good because even if you don't actually speak Finnish, it's really friendly for the new beginners. There are people actually who only speak little Finnish, but they are very friendly and nice, so that definitely helped me a lot. And if the time is not good for you, there are so many other libraries and holding the similar activities, like maybe in Malami or Maunula. Also in Espoo and Vanda, I know there are similar activities, so definitely check it out if you are a Finnish beginner, Finnish language beginner. And another way to improve your spoken language is to find a language partner. I'm very lucky that I get, I think, several Finnish language partners that they are learning Chinese and I want to learn Finnish. Basically, we will have the meet up in every Saturday, for instance, in one cafe, and then we have 2 hours. 1 hour we just speak Chinese, and then of course I write those vocabularies down or try to explain, and the second hour we speak only in Finnish. That would also help me a lot, and it's actually lovely that I think we eventually become good friends and I get to know the Finnish culture, and it's very good. It's very nice to hang out with friends every now and then. Yeah, it's really nice. I like that one. But I have heard some rumors that if you are just be careful with the language partner. So of course I need to say most of them are very good, but there might be, so just be careful with the language partners. You don't want to probably just find it's better that you just get this kind of language partner introduced by a friend, so at least you know that person. And then also about read, so I basically read different newspapers. So Metro, for instance, it's very easy or relatively easy to read, and it's easier to get. It's free. You can get it from Metro, or basically all the public transportations, Metro, bus, train, and maybe railway station, metro station. So it's free, and every time when I take the public transportation, I go to work, I try to grab a newspaper and read it on my way. For me, I normally don't read word by word. If there's some word I don't know, I just let it go. So you really don't want to struggle in different word. That, for instance, I know some people who's really detail oriented. They really struggle. They really want to know each word, what does it mean, and they really have a lot of questions of why this word becomes a different form and how is the grammar behind it. But I don't struggle too much, as I have learned Spanish, English, and Finnish. For my experience, it's good to be less detail oriented when you are learning language, because that will just hit your confidence. You should be more relaxed when you are learning a language. So when I read, I will just read the title, and if I'm interested in the article, then I will dive in. And also sometimes I might just read the articles, just read the titles, and it's okay for me. I don't understand each word or each sentences, and in the beginning I have to say I only understand maybe 1 to 2 vocabularies, but when time goes by I can already understand quite a lot. Nowadays I can understand maybe 80% of the content of the newspaper. In the beginning, like I said, only 2-3 vocabularies. So just keep on reading that and don't give up. And then you can also read Helsinki Sanomat, and that is a newspaper. I think that's very formal, that's very good. They have more detail, specific topics, very interesting topics, and also very down to earth. It's very close to your daily life. You might find some topic very interesting. For me, it's like the apartment price increasing in Helsinki, things like that. So that's very interesting. And you don't need to buy that. If you want to save some, if you have some budget, then you can just go to the City of Helsinki library, or the university library. I think all the libraries have that. And then if you want to read more professional, like for instance in commercial or economic area or industry, you can read like Kauppalehti, and then another one is called Talouselämä. Those are two newspapers that or magazines I have been reading. And I basically will highlight those vocabularies that I don't understand. Sometimes I look into the dictionary, sometimes I don't, but I will definitely look into those like vocabulary that I have seen so many times. So it's important actually to repeat in your memory and in read and in listening. So you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessary to look into each vocabularies, because those will just drive me crazy, but I will definitely look into those has repeat many times. Okay, and then about the writing. Writing is really painful for me, so I don't think I'm a good writer, but I try to write all the emails in Finnish, so that basically covers all my basic writing skills. So it's important to write in Finnish. And then you can, if you are going to take the YKI exams, so there are some like topics always in the exam that, for instance, that time when I attend, it's about discuss about the online shopping, what's the pro, what's the con, so what is the advantage, what is the disadvantage of the online shopping. And then I think you can just, if just for the exam, you can prepare different topics and try to modify or revise or comments by a native Finnish speaker. And definitely seize the opportunity if you are taking a Finnish course, and if you have some tasks or homework that you need to write article. Each time when I'm doing that, I really see that as a precious opportunity, and I will do my best to write that essay and don't waste that time, because you know the Finnish teachers, they are very professional, they are the best, they have all the experience. And yeah, of course you can go to those forums and then to ask questions to discuss. That is another way. And like, I also started to like uploading those Finnish videos, and one reason is that because I want to also practice my Finnish before preparing it. It also helps me to improve my Finnish. Yeah, so also text message, like WhatsApp message, text message, Facebook message. If you are talking with a Finnish friends, partners, boyfriend, girlfriend, husbands, wife, so definitely try to write in Finnish. That's very helpful. And okay, so I basically talked in different parts in how I learned Finnish. And about this YKI test, I want you to know it's all in like a selection form. You don't need to fill in anything. You just choose A, B, C, D, like different section, and then also except the writing part, you need to really write an essay. And of course there is grammar related. I remember, I think I passed it in 2013. That time there wasn't any grammar section, but when you are writing the essay, you might get minus, or it really matters if you are using the right grammar. And definitely try to write, like, try not to make too many like wrong vocabularies when you are writing essay, and try really be careful about that. About listening, I think you really wants to go to like daily occasions, like go to the supermarket, pharmacies, library. I remember that time one listening question is about people goes to a supermarket, wants to buy a fish, and then he asked the staff how can he prepare this fish, just how to cook it. So it's very down to earth, very daily life occasions in that exam, very practical. So try really involve the Finnish language in your daily life, and that would definitely help. And I believe the exam takes a very long time, several hours, and try to be well prepared. There is one also template, like example test version online on the official website. You can do that one and check how difficult the exam actually is. The level of difficulty, it's very close to the real exam. What else? And it's important to do all the exercises of all the books after all the chapter, and then really correct them after you have made some mistakes. I think that's all. I think basically that's all. I hope you like this video, and please comment if you have more questions, and good luck to those who are learning Finnish, learning it for fun, or going to do the YKI exam. One message I think you could take with you is that be persistent, never give up when you are learning Finnish. It's really not that difficult as you think or you heard. It is possible, but if you want to speak like a native speaker, then it might require some time and efforts. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye! Oh right, remember to subscribe this channel and like, comments down below what kind of topics you want to see, or you want to know. Okay, see you, bye bye.